Hello guys! For today's video I'm going to be doing a Halloween tutorial. I just wanted to mention that there is a few inspirations behind this tutorial. So I actually did see this picture on Instagram. I will post it here so you can see, and this is actually what gave me the idea to do this type of Halloween tutorial. This is by Salted Ink Studio. I will actually list her page down below in the description box. So then, because of that, I then went down a bit of a rabbit hole searching for other inspirations, and I came across one more. Where is it? Yeah, so I have this picture here screenshot on my phone, so this is another inspiration. I will also link her page down below as well. I have a feeling this is going to be such a mess, but I'm just going to start off with my eyebrows first of all. Well, hello everyone, how are we all? So guys, for this tutorial I was actually going to just put music as the background, but I actually just thought I would just do this wee voiceover so I could actually talk you through and tell you what I'm actually doing. So I'm first off just going to be starting by covering this eyebrow, and do you know what I used? I used this Plasto wax, and Jesus, never again. I don't even know what Plasto wax is or what it's for, but I thought I would actually use it to cover my eyebrow, but you will see throughout this video that it did not work at all. So obviously here we've actually skipped, and I actually have done my full makeup, and I'm actually just working now on the one side of my face that's going to be more glam. And as you can see by the thumbnail, I'm just going to be doing a nice black smoky eye. If you want a more in-depth video on actually how I do my full black smoky eyes, I actually do have a couple of full dedicated tutorials. I'll actually link them down below for you so you can go and have a wee nosy. But I'm first just going to be covering the whole lid with the Inglot gel liner, and I'm also going to be winging it out as well. I'm also going to be bringing that right up to the crease. And then once I have the gel liner set down and applied, I'm just going to take a matte black eyeshadow and I'm just going to set that gel liner. And I'm also going to be taking the black eyeshadow to also blend the shadow out. I'm not going to be blending the black out with anything, I'm just going to be blending the black out just on its own, just to make it really, really intense and black and smoky and just more Halloween-like, let's just say. But yeah, as you can see here, like with my eyebrow, it's starting to look a wee bit flaky. Yeah, it looks awful. As the video goes on, it gets worse, honestly. But yeah, I'm just taking a wee small blender brush just to focus. Just to blend this black out. So now for the other side of the face. This is the skull side. This is a wee bit time consuming, but honestly it's worth it. So basically I'm doing the eye socket of the skull, and if I'm being honest, there's so many references online, but you don't really need a reference. Well, if you have no idea what you're doing, look up a reference, but you just need to draw something just around your eye. The more unperfect it is, the better. As you can see, there's wee lips and curves and edges and everything, so yeah, it doesn't need to be completely perfect. And then I'm just going to be using that black gel liner just to thicken the outer line of the eye socket, and I'm also going to be blending that inwards. You will see in a minute or two now. So to do this, I'm also going to be taking a black eyeshadow, and usually I would actually fill that whole area with black eyeshadow, but I just wanted there to be a wee bit more depth and definition within the eye this year, so I actually just blended it down to kind of like where my crease would be, and then I add in grey so it'd be more gradual. Yeah, here. I do apologise that it jumped to this section here. I actually forgot to hit record to do this other bit. So as you can see, there's more grey there, and I've added a wee bit of red. So I actually went and applied more grey to actually show you what I was doing, since I actually forgot to hit record, but you can just kind of see that it has more depth and definition to the eye instead of just being completely blacked out. I just kind of find this a wee bit nicer. And to match the glam side, because on the glamorous side I'm going to be having a red lip, I thought I'd put red on the lid, so I just used a red gel liner, and I'm also going to be setting that with a red eyeshadow, and also blending that up into the grey. Just that it's all pretty seamless, to be honest. Now for the cheekbones. Don't know if you can tell or not, but I sketched out a wee guideline there. Again, find a reference. There's honestly so many online. If I'm being honest, like, I know I am not perfect at this. I definitely have room for improvement. I'm honestly not at the best at skulls or any Halloween tutorials, but practice does make perfect. And I do apologise, but now and again you will kind of see me drifting off, like focusing on one thing and then drifting off, as I say, to do another thing. This is the thing with Halloween tutorials, like I just kind of stick the headphones in and I just get in the zone, and I sometimes forget that I'm actually recording. So like this here, for example, like you will see me just adding like my own wee touches to the look and just adding like different wee effects and everything that actually make it come together. And then obviously just here in the forehead I'm just doing like a wee bit of a situation. I don't even know, seriously, like this here, but obviously at the very end, like you will see it will all come together. So here I'm actually doing the nose, and because I'm doing like half skull half glam, I actually wasn't too sure whether to do like a half skull nose, but I actually would just went in and done the full nose. But at the end look, I actually did think it did look quite nice. So now this is actually the most time consuming part. I'm going to be doing like the hollows of the cheeks of the skull. There is a lot of blending work that goes into this, so as you see I just like to start off kind of like at the ear section quite dark, and just using a black eyeshadow I'm just going to start blending into the mouth area. So yeah, just to kind of add like a wee bit of depth and kind of definition, kind of like a, I don't even know. Does anybody even know what I'm doing here? Like, I'm honestly so bad, but yeah, I'm just kind of doing a wee bit of blending there. So I think here I'm actually using grey. It actually helps with the blend instead of using black constantly and then trying to blend out the black. If you use grey, it just works just as well. And then, as I say there, again, I just jumped to blending some shadow around the nose. And then next up, if I'm being honest, this is actually the hardest part, is doing like the mouth area, like the teeth for example. Every single time I do a skull, they always end up looking different, which I don't actually mind, to be honest. There's honestly so many different ways to actually do this, but this is just the way I'm doing it. I didn't really have a reference or anything for this, it's just going by memory. And then I also like to bring it up into the cheek area as well. And then also using that white paint, I'm going to go around the skull section and I'm just going to use this white paint to add some wee highlights in. And at the very end you will see that doing these wee touches actually have such an effect on the final look. It honestly does really come together. And then just using a black eyeliner, I'm just going to draw like a crack. Oh my god, a crack! On my chin, Jesus. And then, yeah, as you can see here, like this is just me adding in just the last wee final touches. Then again, I've just randomly jumped on to do my lips. Yep, that's great. At the end, I actually end up changing my lip colour, by the way. So then we're now back to all the shading again. So I basically have the hard part done. Actually now is actually my favorite bit, where you finalize it and you actually see it actually really coming together with doing all your shading. The main shades I will use are greys and blacks, just to really have the skull kind of like come together and just make it look a wee bit more realistic and not as flat, just to give it all a wee bit of depth and definition and kind of actually make the contours actually look more realistic and like the hollows of the face and everything. And then I'm also just using like that white paint to add in some wee highlights as well. So this next part, as you can see, I'm actually taking my false eyelash off here because I actually realised that I wasn't finished with the eye. So I actually wasn't wanting to do a glossy lid, so that's what I'm doing now. I'm just adding just a clear lip gloss to my lid just to create that nice glossy effect. And I actually really think it pulled the look together. I actually think it looked really, really nice, and I also absolutely love a glossy lid. That's me nearly finished. As you can see, I have a wig on. I actually put this leather jacket on because I kind of find that it matches the glossy lid. And oh, and as you've probably noticed that I've also changed my lip colour. I had on the XX Revolution Orthodox liquid lip because I wanted it as bright as possible. I actually got this hairband a couple years ago for Halloween tutorials and I had never got around to using it, so do you know what, I think I might actually go really nice with today. Look, so I just thought I would actually match my lips to the hairband, so I'm gonna try and attempt to like put this on and some, ooh, that looks cool. Yeah, I'm gonna try and attempt and put this on my head some shape or form. God, this is gonna be fun. So yeah guys, let me know what you think down below. Thank you so much for watching and I hope to see you in my next one. Boo!